Hi, I just thought I'd do a little video to help with people who are new to sewing, but also people who have been sewing for many years. And it's about clips and pins. So I found clips. I started using them about a year ago, and it's a very rarely used pins, and it's all preference. It's all absolute preference. But I just wanted to share with you how I found that there was brilliant, and it sort of helped, I don't know, revolutionise my sewing. I don't know if that's such a big word, I don't know. But I wanted to show, because if you've never heard of them, about using clips for sewing and holding your pieces together, then I just wanted to share this with you really. So you'd use them when you're constructing your fabrics, when you've cut out your pieces. So I've just got 2 pieces of fabric. So when you've made your fabric, when you've cut out your fabric and you are wanting to put it through the sewing machine so it would stop your pieces of material from slipping, and making sure that you've got your edges all lined up. And all that they are, they're just little clips like this, coming useful. And if you've got a kid or a husband who's slightly child at heart, they'll just clip them together for ages, and they'll make you a really good pattern that take you ages to unclip when you need them. So anyway, all that you need to do is, when you've cut your pieces of your material, and you're wanting to sew them, all that you do is literally, you're just gonna pop a little clip in. There you go. And then you just pop that through your machine, and then when you get to your clip, just take it off. And they do degrade, you know. This is, I think I've had my second box of them, and I think I got mine from Amazon, and I think they were around 100 clips for about £6. So that's what's my preference. So you'll see them on all my, you'll see them, I'll blame them for that if I don't do that. You'll see them on things that I make. I'll always be using my clips because that's my preference, and I find them really useful. The other one is your pins, which are your traditional pins. And when you're pinning, you're wanting to do it whilst you're, let me think, so my dog's tippery tappy toes are coming in. Do it whilst you're, there you can see, whilst you're on a flat surface, and then you can, some people prefer pinning vertically, some people prefer pinning horizontally. I was told by a Janome mechanic dealership to pin them going upwards, and this is not usually how, oh, some people do it like that. I think it's just habit, is going across. But he said the reason, if you pin sideways and your machine, if you don't, because you want to pull them out before your machine gets to them, because if not, it could damage your sewing needle. So if you pin them sideways like this, and you're sewing down here, if for any reason you don't notice your pin and your needle goes on top, your needle will automatically jolt across, it'll push it across, and then by pushing it across, you're pushing it on more of the needle. So they said the best way mechanically for your sewing machine to preserve your needles is if you're sewing, to do it that way, and that's more of a way to protect your sewing machine and your needles, because it does happens to everybody, about thinking, oh, I'm just going to go over this needle because I can't bother taking it out, and you end up with a broken sewing machine needle, and they're much more expensive. So yeah, I just wanted to show and share clips for sewing, and I even use them on really fiddly things. Do you know, like the bottom of a paw for a teddy bear? I use them, and I just add loads on. There's no, if you need 100 clips on something to help you do it, then just do it. Some people are like, oh, don't use too many clips. I just use what you need. But I just wanted to share you the difference that I find with my needles and my clips. I do use needles, and you get some long ones for thicker materials and quilting and things like that. I think they are. I'm not a quilter, so I think probably a lot of quilters use them. So that's clips, and they are really affordable. Like I say, I think they're around 50 or 100 for around £5.99 off Amazon. And I just hope that's been useful for you. Take care. Bye.